We can cross to Buckingham Palace and speak to GBNews royal reporter Cameron Walker. Cameron, round up the morning's events for us.
Good afternoon, Alex. Yes, so today we had a service of thanksgiving at St Paul's Cathedral to celebrate Her Majesty the Queen's 70 years of service to Great Britain. And a vast majority, if not all, of the extended royal family were there, including the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex as well. We'll come on to them in a moment. But the Queen was not there. We found out yesterday that Her Majesty was not going to be attending. We understand she experienced some discomfort during the Trooping the Colour celebrations yesterday, even though she did manage to do 2 balcony appearances on the balcony of Buckingham Palace behind me. But at the service today, not the Duke of York, that's the wrong person. The clergy said Her Majesty the Queen is still in the saddle and thanked her for staying on course. Now, I think another theme, obviously the big theme was celebration of Her Majesty's reign, but another one was her relationship with the Church and her relationship with Christianity. After all, she is she is head of the Church of England, and in her accession in 1952, she swore an oath to protect the Church of Scotland. Inside the congregation, there was members of the armed forces, representatives from the Royal Navy, Royal Air Force and British Army were there, as well as public service. That was another big theme of the congregation. There were NHS key workers, there were teachers as well. Afterwards, there was a big Guildhall reception just down the road for members of the royal family. Some notable points just before the service, though. Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister, there was a bit of a mixture of boos and cheers from the crowd who were gathered outside St Paul's Cathedral as he went up the steps. Equally, Harry and Meghan, when they arrived, there were big cheers from the crowd, or at least mainly big cheers from the crowd. So that was a bit of a contrast, perhaps. But this is just day 2 of the Platinum Jubilee celebrations. Tomorrow we have the Derby at Epsom Downs, the horse racing. None of Her Majesty the Queen's horses are going to be racing. The last one pulled out just a couple of days ago. But perhaps this gives her an excuse to spend time with Lilibet, Harry and Meghan's youngest daughter, the Queen's great-granddaughter, who she has never met, and it's her first birthday tomorrow, so perhaps she will be spending time with her family. There's also a big concert at Buckingham Palace where I am on the Saturday night. We've heard them rehearsing a little bit earlier for that. And on Sunday, there is a magnificent pageant celebrating Her Majesty the Queen's 70 years of service, starting at Westminster Abbey, going up the Mall, across Whitehall, down the Mall towards Buckingham Palace, where Ed Sheeran will perform. And perhaps we might see Her Majesty the Queen appear on the balcony once again to round off the extended bank holiday weekend.
Fingers crossed. Thank you ever so much, Cameron.